Workers' compensation insurance protects you if you're hurt on the job. So David Greene from Greene Phillips is here to explain how it protects you as an employee and also how it can protect you if you own a business too. So how does that work on both sides?
Well, basically, workers' compensation is very, very important because that's required by Alabama law. If you have 5 or more employees, you have to have it. That is going to pay for your medical bills for someone who is injured immediately. Basically, you don't have to prove anything other than that you were employed by that business and that you were hurt on the job. Very, very basic information. For the employer, boy, that really protects you as well because you know that you really can't be sued. An employer cannot be sued, but for very, very little caveats in the law. And basically, we're not going to talk about those today, but it's it's very difficult stuff. But basically, the employer is protected and the employee is protected under workers' comp. It's very important to have.
Now, if you are hurt on the job, if we don't want that to happen, but if it does happen, the first thing you need to do is report it to your boss, right?
That's absolutely correct. So many people are worried about their job. We all need our jobs. We all have to support our families.
Right.
But it's so important to make sure you tell your boss. Say, hey, listen, I slipped down the stairs and hurt my back. Well, there is a procedure that the employer should go through by notifying the insurance carrier and then moving it forward to make sure that you're taken care of under workers' compensation.
So after you report it to your boss, does your boss pretty much handle it from there except for you going to see your doctor?
Well, he should. Okay, that's the point. Want to make sure he does, or he or she, and make sure that they fill out appropriate paperwork, which called the first report of injury, and that explains where the event happened, how the event happened, and that is so important in order to move the case forward or the claim forward so you can be covered under workers' comp.
Now, some injuries are more severe than others. How long can someone go under workers' comp?
Well, that's limited based on the statute and based on what the doctor says. A lot of times you may have a doctor that says this person may have to be off work for an extended period of time, and they're going to be covered under workers' compensation until that doctor releases them.
But it doesn't pay your entire paycheck.
No, it doesn't. Actually, it's 66 2/3. It's easier to say 2/3 of your average weekly wage. So if you take your average wage and just do the math, you're going to get most of your money, but not all of it. And then at the end, when your case is settled, you should receive a settlement. And that's why it's so important to make sure you have a lawyer, because sometimes insurance companies, they're interested in taking care of their interest, maybe not necessarily the worker. You want to make sure you have a lawyer that can help negotiate a settlement and make sure you get all the money you're entitled to.
And all the lawyers at Greene Phillips are personal injury lawyers, so that would be where you guys come in.
Absolutely.
All right, so if you need any kind of help, if you've been injured at work, you can call Greene Phillips. The number is on your screen. We'll also have it on our website, fox10tv.com, on our Studio 10 page.